Mothman, hello, welcome in. So good to see you. Congrats on first. We're gonna be jumping into ads in like 10 seconds, and then we'll jump in. Prodigal Son, good to see you. What an unexpected surprise indeed. What an unexpected surprise to see both of you here. All right, we got ads. We'll be right back. You goobers, you goobers. Sounds just fine, Mothman. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here, and we'll get to that hat tower. Appreciate you. Hope you have a great rest. Get a good sleep in. Yeah, Prodigal, I hear you. I'm jumping on is right after bedtime routine with the kiddos, so I'm right there with you. Oh dear, 6. Okay, and 7. Oh boy. All right. Okay. Oh dear. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. And a special? Sheesh. Sheesh, Mothman coming in hot. And then the clear. Oh, Mothman, you got too many points, my good friend. Thank you. The top 10 anime betrayals. Wow. Wow. Oh man, that was so cold. Oh man, rest easy, Mothman. Rest easy. Okay, and there's the Lich King himself. Holy cannoli, and they're all gone. Taking those knives out of my back all night. I love it. Oh man, what gems. I appreciate all of you here. My goodness, it is so good to see you all. Thanks for being here. I felt bad that we didn't get to do this morning's stream because I just couldn't. I just had stuff. So we're doing a little evening thing here. We're gonna be doing a lot of analysis this week. We got so much to get through. We've got we got Corpsemen, we got Enshrouded, we got Star Knight, we have Tenebris, Wolfstride, we've got another one that I got sent by the Steel Faith modders from Warhammer 3. There's a lot to get through. So we're gonna be doing that this week, but I want to do that when people are actually around. So we'll go ahead and do this right now. We'll do some little game dev. What an entrance. What time to be awake? Zaft, I can't believe you're awake. Good night. What time is it where you're at? Tatas, hello. Good to see you. Welcome in. Man, so many regulars at this weird time. Y'all are fantastic. Thank you, thank you. Pretty late for usual schedule. Yes, agent. This is very late. So I couldn't make it this morning, just because reasons. And I felt bad. So we're doing a little stream tonight. So we're going to be doing a lot of analysis this week. But I want to do the analysis when people are actually around. Granted, all you folks are around, so I don't know. But the idea is I'd get some dev work in tonight. You got it, Prodigal. Thank you. Okay, so this is your hat tower. Sleep is all messed up from the insane heat we had. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Zaf. It's a bummer. You have the night shift tonight, Tatas. Oh, good luck. Oh, good night. Okay. Very, very cool. So what I've been working on in the background is, well, maybe we should just go to Chrome. You'll be able to see it. Here we go. If I can get OBS, getting the right Chrome. There we go. So here, this is what I've been working on with a whole bunch of mad scribbles and everything. We're building out the Metroidvania. I guess it wasn't a Metroidvania. The Pirate Software 15 Game Jam game. I've been playing a ton of tiny Metroidvanias. People who have been out for or have been here for a while will know that. All right, take care, Tatas. What I want is a bow tie typhoon, and yeah, I got some plans for that too. Doesn't count unless you keep it balanced on your head all night. It doesn't count because it wasn't a real redeem, is the thing, Wife Quest. Can you add rewards for bow ties? I do want to. I really want to. I want to get the adding a hats and everything to be randomized and to pick a hat in a random order. I want bow tie redeems, so we start stacking bow ties on top of each other, and all sorts of fun stuff. Do paper bow tie cutouts. That's amazing. I love that. As long as it looks classy, it won't look classy. You all will make sure it does not look classy. Does it look classy when I'm wearing 10 hats and the skull of the Witch King on top of it? No, it doesn't look classy at all. Okay. So yeah, we're taking the what we built for the Pirate Software Jam and turning it into a Metroidvania, into a tiny Metroidvania. If y'all remember this, you'll know that I've been talking a lot on the stream about playing a lot of tiny Metroidvanias and stuff. And this got really good feedback. And it seems like the thing I can most easily build into a real project. Nano got pretty good feedback, but I really struggled with conceptualizing how do I turn this into a real game that somebody could like pay for. I did not know what the answer was. So we're gonna do this because I can pretty easily think about how does this turn into a Metroidvania. There's definitely a lot of work to be done, but like it's somewhat easy to conceptualize this, right? So that's what we've been working on. I've been doing a lot of design work and trying to figure out what does this thing look like? What is the story? Pirates of the Caribbean Minivania. Yeah, I didn't know tiny Metroidvanias were a genre. Now I've played like 7 of them and they're really great. I really enjoy them. Games like The Night Witches, Zappling Be Gone. That's one I just wrapped up that, man, I really enjoyed a whole lot more than I thought I would. This cute little thing, definitely go check it out on Steam. How much does it? It's only got 91 reviews, which is very impressive for a Metroidvania, for an indie game, but also like not a lot in the grand scheme of things, right? So it's a pretty undiscovered gem that is really well made and has some very cool upgrades. So it has like it takes a lot of inspiration from Hollow Knight, right? You have different different charms that you can equip onto these different masks. The masks are kind of determine how many charms you can plug in and of what type, and they change things up pretty substantially. They have this cool kind of comic book presentation style, but really sick like 2D IK on your feet for the monster and stuff. It's a really good little Metroidvania. I think I beat it in like 7 hours or so, and I had a great time the whole way through. I really enjoyed it. It was a little bit rough to get into to start off with. Like the first boss fights were kind of a struggle for me to understand what the flow of the game was. And then when I kind of figured it out, I had a blast. It was awesome. Definitely recommend Zapping Bygone and lots of other tiny Metroidvanias. So that's what we want to build. As a global rule and for security's sake, I don't click on links. That's fair. But because it's the Bowtie Foxy Man himself, I'll make an exception. Well, you don't have to click on the link. Just search on Steam for Zapping Bygone. It's fantastic. And then also played, let's see, The Night Witch, which is really well made. It's got 400 reviews. I would agree with mostly positive. It's like a twin-stick shooter Metroidvania. And it's good. It's good. And very well made. The game's design, I feel, kind of let it down a little bit. But the execution of the design was really good. And so, I mean, it goes back to saying your execution is usually going to be more important than the idea. You know, yes, the right idea can make you a viral sensation, but if you can't execute on the viral sensation, it's not going to make you any money. But if you have kind of an okay idea and then execute on it really well, you can make some money. You can make some money. So that's a really fun one I've been playing recently. And then, let's see, what else have I been kind of making my way through? I'm going to start going through Guacamelee soon. What else did we go through? No, that's right. I have to search by tag. Metroidvania. Ninja Fox, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. Gato Roboto is another great one. Yeah, Gato Roboto. That was the first tiny Metroidvania I played, and the pacing was so surprisingly fast, it really threw me off, because I think the last Metroidvania I played was Hollow Knight. And so playing a game that you can beat in like 4 hours, blind, was like you get upgrades at such a fast clip. But it was very satisfying, very well made. 3,500 very positive reviews. So, there you go. I mean, it had Devolver Digital at its backing, so that, you know, helps it. But really, really great. Let's see, any other Metroidvanias I've been playing recently? I tried out Rain World because it was tagged as a Metroidvania. Turns out, not a Metroidvania. But that's okay. Yeah. I think those are the big ones that I've been going through. So, anyways, that's kind of what we're going to be building here. And the idea behind this game is it is a story about... Hey, Virite! Good to see ya! Welcome in! Have a good call. Don't let us distract you too much, unless that's what you need to stay sane, in which case, distract away. So, the idea behind this game is it is a PTSD... an exploration of what it would be like to experience a fantasy world where you are not a hero. And you are exposed to all of the horrible things that happen in a typical fantasy world that we traipse around in willy-nilly without nary a thought. So our main character is going to be just like a farmer out in the woods, you know, just living his life. And the horrible experiences he has had that has led him into having really severe PTSD. It's going to start with his daughter dying, and then that character, the farmer, kind of becomes obsessed with alchemy and dark magic, saying, "No, enough! I'm done with this. I'm not gonna have this happen again. I'm gonna bring her back." And accidentally kind of doing something he shouldn't, as you're wont to do in these sorts of situations. And you wake up in a dark space, being confronted with your daughter's death all around you in the scenery. And then you run away from there because you got PTSD. So it's, extreme avoidance, hypersensitivity, flashbacks. And you will run out of that area and you land in a nice little wooded forest. And as you encounter this wooden forest, you get a little flashback to a time when our farmer was just a wee bab, just a little kid, and got lost in the woods. It was very scary and traumatic, but the king's alchemist found him and kind of teaches him a little bit about alchemy and gets him back to his parents and takes care of him. So that's going to be the start, and then each new zone in the Metroidvania is going to be a new traumatic space of his life that he kind of needs to learn to process and how to manage this experience. So we're going to go from kind of low stakes of I'm a kid lost in the woods, that's very scary, and we're going to move to then being conscripted into an army. We're going to jump way far forward, being conscripted into the army, where you have been drafted by the king's army to go fight a necromancer. You have no business being on the battlefield. You are just cannon fodder, while the adventurers go off and do their thing and slay the necromancer. But until that happens, you have to just survive in this insane battle that means nothing. Because the only thing that's going to matter is that necromancer dying. Because as soon as he dies, all the skeletons die. And the zombies and everything, they all turn to mush. You're just stopping them from moving forward for as long as you humanly can. And so we're going to have a good friend who's going to die in that thing where, I had an idea of the main character being with a light wizard. And the light wizard pops up like a protective dome as the necromancer is sweeping a necrotic beam across the battlefield, screaming, "Run!" to the friend. And then the friend gets right next to the dome, and then the green wave flashes over them. And the friend is now just a couple specks of dust, and you kind of just die inside. Stuff like that. Just fun internal death sort of things in this game. From there, we move to the third zone, which is back to the childhood, when a just random orc happens across your family's cabin and murders your parents. And you hide underneath the floorboards, so it doesn't find you, but it just stomps into your house in the middle of the night, chops them up, eats, leaves. And you come out and you're just left alone and horrified. And then for the last area, we have the daughter's death, which is I'm liking this one, where it's another sort of things grander than you are happening. Your daughter gets sick, and I want to tie that into these earlier ones, probably because maybe you stole something from one of the light wizards or from some necromantic enemy that you shouldn't have. You took it and you kept onto it, and it's kind of beckoning you power to you or something. Your daughter finds it, unleashes a curse on herself. You go into town to try and find a priest, a cleric, to come back, dispel the curse. Turns out the gods are embroiled in civil war, and the good gods are fighting the evil gods. No one is around to answer this call. So your daughter just dies because it was just bad timing. And that's going to be the last zone, is kind of confronting that whole zone and having this big backdrop of a celestial, infernal type sort of battlefield. And it's all happening kind of metaphorically in the character's head as he's able to kind of process it, move through. We've got our emotional map. I've been kind of drawing out the zones, figuring out what are our different locks and keys for the Metroidvania. Once again, we have our weapon matrix, which is a big factor. We're adding in a fourth thing, which is traps. So we have bullets, grenades, sword, and traps, which has been very difficult to try and design for. As you may have noticed, many of these are blank. We'll figure it out later. Got research on PTSD and everything. And been doing some enemy brainstorming. Anyways, lots of stuff. Lots of stuff. What we're doing right now, though, is we're trying to get a Metroidvania template that I found a good while back. And it seems freaking awesome. And I've been playing around with it on my laptop. And I can't figure out like exactly how it works. So I'm going to try and do that tonight to see how do I take this and build my own content with it. Reminds me of the other game you made that ended with the father meeting his daughter. The daughter saying, "Daddy, yes, that's the one. That's the one we're continuing from, Agent. Absolutely." So we're taking that game jam submission and we're going to build it into a full tiny Metroidvania that you can probably beat in like, I don't know, each zone probably taking an hour or less. So, 4 hours is about the benchmark that we're trying to hit. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and well remembered on that, by the way. Very impressive. Hold on. What is happening with Godot? Why are we being so weird here? We need to... There we go. Okay, there we go. So, the cool thing about this Metroidvania system, and I've been playing around with it a lot, comes with a map system, and it comes with a visual map builder, which is fantastic. It has the map already built into things. It has screen transitions already built into it. I have, on my other machine, done a bit of a project where I brought in a character controller that I really like, that I used for the Banana Game Jam 2, actually. I brought that in and used it into this Metroidvania system. I have built out like some enemies and stuff in the other system, but I have not figured out how to how to bend the Metroidvania system to my will. So that's what we're looking at here. If I go to our add-ons here, we have Metroidvania system. And then there's all this stuff, right? I need to enable this as a plugin. Oh, and it has to reload the editor. That's right. And it's pretty complex. It has a lot of stuff about it. How's that for a description? It's late at night. That I have run through to try and figure out like how is this thing actually built, and it's clearly built by someone who's a much better developer than I am. I'll tell you that much for free. But yeah, this is the basic idea. 2D Fighter, hello, welcome in. So good to see you, friend. How are you? Over on the U and the tubes. Good to see you. So I can build a room here, and this is now a room. And I can go into this room. I can delete it. I can assign a scene to it. So I can like grab a scene. I can like click and drag this in, and that is now a room, right? I just dragged the main menu into that, so that doesn't make any sense. But we can start that off as our scene. We can room layout. We can make big rooms. We can do like long hallways. There is you can do custom elements in it. You can put your pickups on here. You can make secret hidden walls. Excuse me. You can do all sorts of cool stuff with this plugin, and it's incredibly powerful. I just need to figure out how to leverage it. If I can just access the value, that's for the that's basically for Wife Quest right there. So yeah, I mean, you can see like it comes with these pre-built-in symbols and stuff, border types. There's a templating system in here, so you can change all the visuals of this. You can tell it where are there doors or not. You can, I mean, it's totally customizable. It's really, really, really cool. I just need to figure out how to access the value. Very fancy looking add-on. It is a very fancy add-on. It's really cool. Super duper cool. And it's gonna like launch us forward in development timelines. Which I could involve myself more. The personal project I've been working on since February is a Metroidvania. I mentioned the Spite blurring tool a while back. Quite happy with how that's been going. Nice, Virite. Awesome. Just late night meeting. Yo, rip. No worries. No worries at all, Virate. It's insane. I'm jelly. It is such a cool plugin. It is, we should like link to it at least or something. basically just search for Metroidvania. It's by Kobe Wee, and there is a very good GitHub page for it. Yeah, it's really good. It's really, really good. I do wish there was a link to the GitHub in here because it has a lot of documentation in it. Oh, if I hit view files, oh, okay. That took me to the wiki. Lovely. Is there no audio on? Oh, it's okay. There is no audio. So you design your map layout. You can assign it colors. You can do theming with it, and this is how like the map will appear in the game, and it will orient the map to be in the center of where your player is. You can turn that on or off. It's very powerful. Very powerful. Yeah, it comes with a couple of themes to start off with. You can see he's jumping into the different scenes right there, and it's highlighting which room they're in. Grab your collectibles. Oh, you can do scan. Hold on. I didn't see that before. This is good. Go to the map viewer, and then do collectible finder. Ah, scan maps. That's cool. And then it'll show all of the stuff. Ooh. Piece of error. This is the problem with it. It was built with like Godot 4.2, not 4.3, so it's got tile maps instead of the tile layers. So we'll have to find a way to kind of bring that in. I mean, technically tile maps work in 4.3.2, they're just deprecated. But there's also a lot of weird little errors all over the place, like 163 errors. Look at that. All over the place. And we're going to have to work those out. If you just run the game, run the template in and of itself, by itself in the sample project, it works just fine. But if you want to like toy around with it, I've been having some troubles. Like if we go here to the game, which is the sample project, and I hit F6, it says map equals load path.instantiate. So it's like these links are broken and they're all over the place. And I don't know where they're hooking up to, how to repair them. That's all sort of stuff I need to figure out. All right, let's go back to the wiki here and kind of see what is up about this. Find your place collectibles. See your room's bounds in 2D editor. Your room's bounds. Oh, interesting. Yeah. So, I mean, it's kind of what you would expect out of a bare bones Metroidvania template. I don't even know what it means by helper signals. Automatically mark collectibles on map, tracking permanent state of objects. So it's really cool. This is a super cool tool. If you're making a Metroidvania in Godot, definitely recommend taking a look at this thing. It is time to actually get it working, though. So let's take a look here and see what we can accomplish. So we're here, right? I think there's this starting map script. You know, I'm gonna move these over because I want to. Boop, boop. And then scene, you go to the far left. Import, you go to the far left. There we go. All right. You can zoom in a little bit for the crowd. Oh, and we're jumping into ads. Of course we are. Why wouldn't we be jumping into ads? So if we hit F6 here, attempt to call function instantiate in base null instance on a null instance. So if we go to path, it is in this load room function. It's getting passed in. So where is that being called? Nowhere. is it being called elsewhere in the project? I guess here, which is in room transitions.gd. We don't have like any exports here or anything because there's a lot of exports for file paths that break really easily. What about here? This is the metsys game. Okay, that's the function itself. Game.getSingleton.load room target map. .getSingleton. I don't even understand that. So here we go. Here's our export var starting map, which we can see is set. Starting point.tscn, but I don't think that that is finding the right thing for it. Yeah, I think it needs to be. Does it need to be like maps slash? Like, is it accounting for that? Starting map, accounting for the folder string. Starting map equals loaded starting map equals string equals save manager dot get value current room. If not loaded starting map dot is empty. Hashtag some compatibility problem. Is that all that says? Yes. Okay, starting map equals loaded starting map. Okay. Oh my goodness. Starting map. So where is starting map all being used in here? Just those places. Okay. So what is custom run? This is the problem. Starting to try and like reverse engineer what on earth is all the stuff that you have here. So loaded starting map is as a string equals save manager dot get value current room. When in doubt, pinky out. What does that mean? What does pinky out mean? I understand that as, you know, like so. Save manager equals save manager dot new dot load from text save path. There you go. that was it. That was the solution. Sounds like advice from people that use Emacs. Now you look educated. Oh shoot. So, okay, save manager as equals save manager.new. What is save manager? Preload, Metroidvania system, templates, scripts, save manager. Add-ons, Metroidvania system, template, scripts, save manager. Okay. This is what is saving and loading data for us. That was a quote from Patrick Star from SpongeBob. I know I'm older than you, but not by that much. No, I didn't actually watch any SpongeBob. Growing up, we never had like cable or anything. We were poor, so I miss a lot of SpongeBob. I mean, of course, I'm culturally aware of SpongeBob and roughly the characters and everything, but never watched it. Karzas, good to see ya. How you doing? Is it nice and early for you for once? That explains so much. It all makes sense now. There you go. There you go. Store game, retrieve game, store resources. We're looking for the like current map, which we're not finding. Such humble beginnings. You can call 5 a.m. nice and early. I mean, it's definitely at least one of those things. For sure. Okay. We're even out here. Starting, yeah, save manager. We're getting the save manager .new, so we're making a new instance of that script. And then saying save manager .load from text, save path. If file access .file exists, save path, which is here. So it's just in our user? That can't be right, can it? This is like, I'm so far outside of my comfort zone here. I just always wonder who keeps up with appearances after getting married and having children, but now it all makes sense. What? All right, take care, Prodigal. Have a great story time with the kiddos. So then we have our save manager. Collectibles equals get value collectible count. That makes sense. Generated rooms dot assign save manager dot get value blah 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 blah. But we're getting get value current room, but I'm not seeing like current room. It is not. Current room is not defined in here. Nothing is really defined in here. So how are we saving all this? Save as text. File as equals setup save path file.store string var to string data. And what is data? It's a dictionary equal to a value. So you can set values. So I'm assuming someone is like somewhere we're saying set value current room at this, and that is adding it to this save file, whatever format it is. And then we can do get value to get a specific part of that save file. Okay. So then what is saving a current room? Set value right here in save game. Set value current room. And this is in the game script. Son of a biscuit. So we're saving our collectible count, our generated rooms, events, current room, and abilities. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that seems pretty reasonable, that that's all you'd need to really store. Reset map starting coordinates. So then is... Also, I love that it's book reading time like the herb. It's fantastic. I hope that was intentional. We have two errors here. Cannot open resource starting point.tscn. Okay. Well, what you should be looking for is, because the sample project, yeah, this is game is in here and then maps is in here. So this needs to be like maps slash, right? Oops, not F5, F6. Well, no, we're still... Okay, still can't open that file. Failed loading resource. Make sure resources have been imported. I mean, here's the starting point. This is it. Is it because we don't have it in a map? What happens if I do this? Oh, not my menu. Game. No. Reload and clean up map data? It's weird that we have the custom project in here, but we don't have the map for it. Map data.txt. Okay, here we go. Map root folder. So if we go to sample project, maps, select current folder, that gonna do the trick? Okay. We got something different that time. Scene template. Scene template. Is it game? Is that what you're looking for? Good night. This is where the documentation on this kind of struggles for me. It's like, I get that it has a ton of features. How do I actually use this? Let's see here. I think there are, yes, there's instructions in the wiki. Okay, quick start. To start the sample project, simply unzip it and open project.godot in the Godot editor. Do not run the example project from the asset library download as it skips some configuration files. Okay. All right. Great. After adding the plugin and enabling it, a file called metsyssettings.trace will appear in your project. It contains settings for the plugin. You can move it to any directory, but you should modify add-ons / Metroid system / settings file project setting project. Hold on. Right here. You can move it to any directory, but you should modify add-ons Metroidvania settings file. See if I can find this here. Metroidvania settings, Metroidvania system / settings file. That does not exist in here. That's not a real thing. That's in project settings. It's not a fun. How am I supposed to know that? Oh, because it says project setting in italics, as if to say, you dummy, make sure that you do this. Okay, so I see. Okay. To point to the new path, make sure to enable the advanced settings to see it. Okay. So I'm not going to move that right now. I don't have a reason to do it. Thank you, Zaft, for that heads up. My goodness. I didn't know that was a thing. Plugins can apparently do a whole bunch of stuff in, in Godot. I mean, it is open source. It makes sense, but goodness. Okay. Next thing to do is edit the settings file and customize all the fields. See here for more info. The most important one is map root folder, which defines where will your map scenes go. This is also the location of your map data.txt file, which stores the world layout. Okay, so if we go to scenes, let's get out of the sample project here. We'll go to scenes. We'll make a new folder. We'll call it maps. Okay. This is where we want that route to go. And then scene template. Scene created when using create new scene button in scene assign mode. If empty, a default scene with room instance node will be created. Okay. That's kind of cool. So you don't have to set up a new version of it every single time. That's rad. Let's go ahead and get rid of that because we're definitely not ready for that yet. This is great. There's real documentation around this. This is awesome. This is so much better than I thought it was going to be. Awesome. In-game cell size, which is just copying our window settings in. That looks fine. When entering a new room, all its cells will be discovered. It's a feature of some Metroidvania games that is used by default in modern map extension. In the future, this might be moved to map theme. Okay, interesting. Script defining available custom elements. And that is something we are definitely going to want because that's going to be like our health pickups. That's going to be anything that we want to define for our pickups. Oh, elevators, area labels. Oh, man, interesting. Okay. So we'll probably be digging into that at some point because we'll probably also want like labels for the different zones and everything. Okay. Let's go back to our quick start. Create your map layout in the map editor and assign the scenes from your map folder. Every room should have instance of roominstance.tscn scene to properly tie it to the system. Should have instance of roominstance.tscn. Roominstance.tscn. Where do I see that? Room instance. In nodes. It's a new node. Wait, hold on. So if I do Control-Shift-A, room instance. It's a node. Okay. Okay. So every room scene needs to have that node in it so that I guess it's just going to be storing a bunch of metadata in there. It's going to be using that to reach between different things. When you start your game in such scene, Metsys will automatically detect which room you are in, and the position tracking will handle the rest. To draw the map, use metsys.drawCell method. See here for more info. Okay. Okay, so you can draw it. Basically enough to cover any use case. The basic way to draw a map is using draw cell. Take several arguments. Okay. So you can like make a mini map with it. Okay. Automatically discovering cells and changing scenes when player goes out of bounds. Tracking position is performed by using metsys.setPlayerPosition. This method takes a position relative to the current scene's origin. Unless your map's root node is offsetted, you can just use player's global position. The method has to be called each frame. Wow. So after you move and slide, you call set. So you move and slide, and then you communicate to this plugin, this is their location. And then that will get passed in, I'm assuming, to say, are you within this cell boundary? Now we can reveal it. Will detect if the current map cell is different and emits cell changed, which you can use to update your minimap. When the position is in a different room, Metsys will emit room change signal that also changes the name of the new scene that you should load. The scene name is not a full path. You can get the full path by using metsys.getFullRoomPath on its name. Okay. Blades, good to see you, friend. Yeah, I couldn't make it earlier today. I did throw that notice up in Discord, but I felt bad. So instead of doing analysis like was kind of originally on the docket today, we're doing some Metroidvania work and hoping that kind of, we're trying to figure out this whole Metroidvania template thing that somebody built in Godot, which is super rad. Trying to figure out how to get it all working. So it's good to see you, Blades. Hope you're doing well. Hope the baby's all right. Classes are going well. Fam is doing good. Baby won't hold down his food. Oh, I'm so sorry. Been lurking in your channel all day. Oh, Blades. Oh, everything else is going great. Well, that's good. It's hard when baby has those problems. I'm betting that means evenings are not being super fun for you as well. Our kid just barely started migrating over to solids, and that has been a huge sleep regression for that. Okay. Oh, good night. Gotta send a quick email. There we go. Okay. Am I about to end stream? No. No, I'm not. Why is filming showing up? That one's not enabled. That's dumb. There's yeah, that one shouldn't be showing up. Neither should winners. Good night. Get commands. Hold on. Don't include all. Maybe that will only do active ones? Jeez. We got work to do. We got so much work to do. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, there's a lot. I've been talking about this with my wife today. I've fallen so far behind on all the stream maintenance stuff to do. I mean, emotes, channel badges, points, a better overlay, more interactive. There's so much to do. But I'm doing 10 different jobs all at the same time with this, including searching for work and everything. So it's too much to do all at once. So deeply appreciate your support, Blades. Okay. So if we go to back to our quick start, we need to draw the map out. So let's go to our map, and let's go ahead and let's just make 2 cells, and we'll grab some copies here. So we'll copy starting point here, and what's a simple room? Relic room. We'll copy those and throw them in maps. Can I not copy and paste? Copy. Okay. We're gonna put you in maps. Relic room. Where's relic room? Relic room? Oh, starting point. I moved relic room in. Okay. And if we go here to our nodes, we see the room instance, and that is our room instance.tscn. That's the thing it said. That's the custom node it told us we need to have in here all the time in order to make sure this is functioning. Okay. Most of what I know I can help with regarding stream settings, etc., I can't do without you. Sure. Yeah. No, I mean, that makes perfect sense. Yeah. And Twitch is a command for the YouTube side, by the way. So that sends people on YouTube over the link over to our Twitch. That's why we have a YouTube link to send Twitch over to YouTube. It should make me an editor, but even then, I think I would still need you. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. And I think that this is like a local thing. This isn't like a web portal. So that's kind of a problem. I don't know how to fix that because I hear this is like the one. This is the thing you want to be on. StreamerBot is really good. I think it also integrates with Connie Dev's Twitcher implementation. So that's another thing to be aware of. That I want to try and preserve that if we can, because I'd love to move into that direction. All right. Now we have a map. We need to assign scenes. So we're going to put starting scene right there, and then relic room right there. Great. You are starting point. Open. You are relic room. Open. Starting point and relic room. Okay, we got it. I'm seeing that in the upper left. Okay. For convenience, Metsys comes with some scripts that can be used as basis for running the game. The easiest way to start is using them. Your main scene should inherit and include metsysgame.gd. Okay. Located in templates/scripts, which is in add-ons, template, scripts, Metsys game. Okay. So we're going to duplicate this. It's very frustrating I can't just like copy it into a new folder, you know? Metsys game, we'll just call it 1. And then we will move this into scripts folder. There we go. And then we can rename this. Then we need to make a new scene. We're going to call this game. And we're going to make a new script. Also, the game scene needs to be in with our scene. Where have we not set this? We haven't even set it yet. Okay, game.scene. Great, there it is. Now, we need to extend and class name this sucker. Whoops. There we go. Then we need to change this path to instead be that scripts/metsysgame. Yeah. Okay. Do that. Does that fix this one? Yes, it does. Okay, great. Lovely. This class is responsible for game and map management. Whenever you start the game, you should call metsys.resetState and metsys.setSaveData. Are they doing it in here? Reset state. Then there's a whole bunch of other stuff, and then set save data. Great. Awesome. To make sure the singleton is in the initial state and saved data exists. Okay? Then register your player node for the Metsys game with set player and use load room to load a scene. Okay. So how are they doing that in the template? Where are we setting player? So we have an export var starting map. That makes perfect sense to me. Let's go ahead and do that. Export var starting map as a string. Strong. Right? Yeah. Okay. Get rid of these comments. Get rid of the process. Okay. Now, how do they do the player? Is it just an export set player $ dot or $ player. Okay. So we need that player node to be here. Okay. So let's grab our player from the template. Where's our player? Right there. Okay. So we're going to move you into our scenes. There we go. And then we need to move the player script into our scripts folder. Okay. This is looking good. Still working. And then in ready, we need to do set player. Let's do a export var player as character body 2D. We're going to add player right there. And then we're going to now what? Why is that not working? Player already exists in parent class. Oh. Huh. Where's that being declared? Set player game.player? Oh, look at that. Okay. So it's being defined here. In here. Okay. Great. No problem. And we're in ads. So we're going to be right back. All right. Welcome back. Thanks for hanging out. What I'm excited about, wonder what, says Yarya. Agent Technology, I'm excited about high school groups I'm in and my music career. Very cool, Agent. Yeah, I've loved hearing all the stuff that you've been posting. Whenever you do. Spiders? Sad. Oh, shoot. I'm excited about my rework of my first Game Jam game. Yes! Very excited about that. Blades and I have been talking over DMs about his GDD. I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be really cool. So, definitely keep an eye out for that. Told Spider because I was making a spider game. Oh, okay. All right, there you go. There you go. All right. So we have set the player in this script, which they do right up at the top, right after reset state. They're saying set player $player, but for some reason, they don't just use the player thing here. Player as node 2D. Player equals P player, set player. Ah, we're going to be setting it equal to itself. Okay, got it. That's why they do that. Export var player node as character body. Let's do this. So we got this. We're going to assign that. And this is going to be player node, which will then assign it into our script here. Right there. So we're doing set player. This is what we're extending. Okay. What you excited about and what you making? I am excited about feeding my family, first off. So what we're making here, Ayaria, is a continuation of the project that I made for Pirate Jam 15. So this is called Amortium. You can play it on itch. It's Arya. Okay. Arya? All right, Arya. Lovely. It's a great name. I have family members named Arya. Okay. So it's this, which looks very basic. The whole gimmick of it was you kind of create your weapon by finding these different ingredients. And you can see now I've got like some different stuff. I've got these 3 different ingredients making up my my attack. So now I have this big sword slash that is blowing things up when I run into it. If I get 3 of these, I get a giant sword slash. If I do 2 of these and a bullet, then I start shooting out blast waves. I can do swing that shoots out blast waves and that explode. So, you know, kind of building all this out, this idea of kind of creating your own weapon and transforming that into a tiny Metroidvania. That takes about 4-ish hours to play, is the goal. So we're just getting started on the Metroidvania template that I found on Godot. Someone built this incredible Metroidvania template that has all sorts of cool resources built into it. And we're trying to make it work. That's where we're at. You have played it. Nice. Loki Trickster evening. Evening to you. Welcome in, Loki. It's a workable Steam game idea for sure. Well, thank you. Thank you. It's, you know, I've done like 8 Game Jam games at this point, and this is the one that I think has the most potential between people expressing that they really enjoyed it, and also I can see this becoming a full game, and it won't balloon scope out to some unreasonable degree. Theoretically, we'll see how that goes, but that's the idea. We've done 16, I think. Nice. Can say yours was fun. Well, thank you. All right. It was the best thing I'd ever made up until that point, and I was very happy with it, even though it was definitely very rough around the edges. I spent most of my time just building out the different weapon combos. I didn't have an artist. That was all solo dev. I was learning a whole bunch of new things. It was the first time I'd done like a 2D platformer action game in Godot. Before that, I'd always done kind of turn-based, roguelike type sort of thing. So I had a lot of stuff to learn. So hoping to improve upon it quite a lot. Zafton, you were from the same team? Oh, nice. Very cool. That's awesome. You have been doing some great work. Zafta's been keeping us well appraised of you guys' exploits. Exploit sounds like Red Bull had a really bad hangover one day. Yeah, hello, it's Red Bull. Welcome to Exploits. But Big congratulations to all of you. You've been pumping out some really great stuff. Okay. So let's go back to trying to get this working. We have set player. We need to do load room. We are loading the room. We do this here from starting map, which is the export. So if we just do load room starting map, we competed in the solo jam and they crushed me. That's pretty good because I really liked your solo jam. You can change that to at player, I think, instead of node TD. They had made it node TD to be extra safe. You mean in what, up here? I mean, I wouldn't want to change it to player, right? That wouldn't. Yeah. I mean, we could do like character body 2D, right? Am I wrong on that? It seemed like Godot was agreeing with me that I was misunderstanding something. First assign player a class name. Player. Oh. Why would I do that? I mean, if you're beating out Zaft, then you're probably much better at this whole development thing than I am. But I'm curious what the like foresight is for down here. Game's looking nice. I've never done a game jam. The time crunch really doesn't work with my work-life balance. I understand that, Loki. I totally understand. I mean, first off, thank you. Appreciate that. But yeah, I totally hear that. It's why some people really like long extended jams because they can just do like an hour a day and call that good. And other people really hate them because they're like, holy crap, now I have to do this for like 2 weeks? Oh my gosh. And also we know people like Courtesy of Endo, who published Scholar of the Arcane Arts. His brain doesn't work well with game jams. It just doesn't jive with him. It's not a productive time. So, you know, we all have our own ways that we're learning. Are you working on something, Loki? What, does that have to be lowercase? What are we doing here? Not found in get single. What? Ah. Okay. Well, that's borked. Get singleton dot load room dot get singleton. What is this? What is get singleton? What are you from? Get singleton. Oh. Returns this node from anywhere. Oh, okay. Okay. Interesting. You can do things like check if it's player when enemy hits. You can also never mess up by signing wrong stuff into player. Okay, I can see the value in that, yeah. So if we do that, and then we can theoretically go to here and say as player. Is that gonna work? We cool? We cool? Alright, we cool. Nice. Good call, Aria, thank you. Singleton like auto loads. Yes, I have pieced that together. Yeah. I have a few projects. Main game is a text RPG, working on a VPET project. Think Digimon or Tamagotchis. Made a really small game that my kiddo wanted about climbing a mountain. That's amazing. Did a side-scrolling space shooter to learn Godot. That's awesome, Loki. There's a good amount of people in the community who are like, yeah, I started learning game dev to make a game for my kid because they really wanted me to make a game for them. I love that. Loki Trickster text. Okay, so I have a spreadsheet that I keep everyone's projects in because I want to remember them. And so I'm adding into my spreadsheet. So thanks for letting me know what you were working on. If anyone is working on stuff, you know, let me know. I wanna remember. I want to keep things in. When using templates, always evolve the template or they become stagnant. Also, I'm guilty of not really doing game jams. I did like 3, finished 1, then I got hired in industry and have wanted. Hey, I mean, you got in the industry, you know, you're good. Want an excuse to make Twitch mini games? Very cool. We got a lot of friends in the community that do stuff like that. Cricket has been, or not Cricket, Falonier. Falonier is making maybe not quite so mini, but Falonier Fantasy. If anyone has heard of that, It is a Twitch-based JRPG that chat plays and that like the streamer kind of DMs. It's crazy. It's a wild thing. Falconeer is good, people. Yeah. Space Shooter and Mountain Games are both on itch. Oh, nice. Nice. Feel free to drop a link. We'd love to see them. Okay. Whole stream of Practical became pure RPG chatter, too. Oh, Practical NPC. Well, that's why he has so many people tuning in. All right. So that's fixed. That's fixed. Can I... oh, we need starting map. So we need to go to... see... Well, let's do... here, can I copy path and then paste? F6. Hey! It kind of works. It kind of works a little bit. It's like, it's almost there. Okay, all right, we're getting there. We're almost integrated into a space. Making this each at the moment. Okay. There's oh, I'm already following you. Good. Oh, look at this. This is so cute. Glucose donut cones. What is this? What is all this? What are all these like death signs? Am I sugar murdering myself? And then we've got Loki's. Oh, wow, look at this. All right, there's Rain's Ascent. ADWE and jump. Space. Oh, it's not going to scale with the window. Okay. Change the export player node to player 2 here. Oh, that's a good idea, yeah. It's character body. Yep. Good call. Oh, nice little cutscene. Nice. It's a static function you don't need to redefine. You can access it directly. So the reason we're putting it back in here, Arya, is because it is in a file that's going to get deleted. So that static is going to get obliterated. Blades, thank you for that. Appreciate it. It's going to get nuked. So it won't exist shortly. Yeah. No, not you're bad at all. I'm glad that, like, see, this is why it's really helpful, because people challenge me on things and it forces me to think about them. Because while I was going through this, I was like, I think this makes sense, right? I think this... I think I'm not doing something dumb here. And it helps me to understand it a little more clearly. So thank you. Oh, we got a text box I missed. Oh, we can just climb right on up. That's nice. That's nice. We have interact as E. This is a cute little art. Created and planned by the 3-year-old monster. Rain's Ascent sees adventurer Rain climb mountains, dodge boulders, and climb her way to the top. Ride hot air balloons, mine carts, and even befriend a mouse. That is just the cutest. You found my hidden treasure. Oh, that's how we do. We do the pickaxe. Then we ride the minecart. Oh, this is so good for a 3-year-old. This is like the perfect pace for a 3-year-old. Starting to figure out the thought process of the suggestions people give you at this point. That's quite a bit of progress. Well, thank you. Thank you, Zaft. You know, we got a long ways to go. But we're making progress. I appreciate that. Yeah, hopefully someday this will coalesce into a skill set that will produce something of value. They love it, constantly asking to play. I believe it. Of course they do. It's a game all about them. Why wouldn't they want to play it? Oh, did I die? Oh, snap. I gotta jump out? Did I lose the minecart? Minecart's gone. Alright, let's see what's out here. Press W to climb. Okay, we'll get right on the top. All knowledge comes in handy someday. Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's a one-time use. Okay. W, there we go. This is super cute. Ow. Press E to move ice blocks. Oh, oh, oh. There we go. Nice. Treasure. I don't know what those sprites were. It was a little hard to read what was actually happening, but oh, there we go. Shortcuts. If you don't mind trying games, there is a Steam game. Yeah, so I'd love to check it out. Did WifeQuest veto Brackies? No, I vetoed Brackies because I have been doing a lot of jams and they have been great. But I am at the point where I really need to build something. We need a portfolio project. There we go. E, not W. We need something on the portfolio. So that's what this whole goal is. And if we make some money too, then great. But really, this is a portfolio project that I can ship around to different people. Magic Raft. Try it. It's similar to your Magic Craft. Magic Craft. Okay. Need to get the prompts to show. Sure. So, is Magic Craft your game, Ariane? From my perspective, I used a work-in-progress personal project to land my first job, showcasing an understanding of architecture. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, and the hope is that I'll be able to leverage it to get some sort of a design position somewhere, you know, UX or whatever. My background's in UX and product design. So hopefully I can, you know, leverage that a little bit. All right, Bowtie Mania, time for me to work on my next roguelike creature tamer. Yes, very excited about that. Love to keep you on the background, but it's too distracting because I want to be part of the conversation too. All right, take care, Prodigal. Thanks for hanging out. Not my game, but it's similar to what you're making, so we'll help you understand competition. Cool, Magic Craft. I'll look it up. Thank you. Let's see, Magic Craft. And that's the end of the game. Super cute. Very, very cute. Then we got our side-scrolling space shooter. Magic Craft. Oh, and that it's like a spell creation sort of game. Yeah, looks like it's a bullet hell roguelike. Looks fun. I do love those kind of build your own sort of things. Very cool. 6,500 reviews in early access. Bro. Jeez. That's crazy. In passing, have you checked to see how active IGDA chapters are in your area? Going to physical meetups was a massive boon for me. Yeah, so there is a Indie Game Association of Utah. I am helping them find a venue for their game jam this year, and I have started going to those meetups. They're a little far away from me, so it's kind of rough, but I am trying to plan on that. Listened to advice from the Discord and I got myself a mic. No cam since I stream on PlayStation. No way I'm buying all that. I was streaming to Nektos just yesterday. Oh, that's awesome, Agent. That's great. I'm glad to hear it. That's it, just loops. Gotcha. Very cool. You're a UX designer, so it's like product research. Yeah, I mean, research is a big part of my job. So I was, you know, I handled everything from concept and strategy and research to high fidelity mock-ups and everything. So I was a full stack designer. Okay, very cute. It looks like there were like some hitches here, but maybe it kind of sorted itself out. Nice. Very cool. Thank you so much for sharing, Loki. This is great. I love seeing people's work and stuff. Got our shields indicator, our lives and everything. Still don't quite know how to interact with those guys. If I hit the ground, do I die? No. Can I just, like, coast? Do I get points if I coast? No. You only get points from blowing stuff up. This ain't no pacifist game. This is a game of destruction. Oh, and I think my weapon just upgraded? Oh, we got fire rate. I don't think I'm taking any damage, but that's fine. I'll take that. That's fine. Nice. Very cool. Get this, they never advertise. It just picked up organically? That's crazy. That does not happen very often. That does not happen very often at all. That you build something and then people just find it and it goes viral. That is rare. International Game Developers Association, the one near me, had people from various places around EA and local studios. I highly recommend it for me networking. I ended up getting pointers to where I am right now. Yeah. So I think it's the same organization. The problem is I'm in Utah, and there's just not like a lot of studios nearby. We have Avalanche, which made Hogwarts Legacy, but they just went through a lot of rounds of layoffs. So it's a little bit rough. Utah used to be a really big hub for game development a good while back. And then over the past little while, everything's been kind of pulling out of Utah for some reason. You lose weapon upgrades before you lose life. Oh, very cool. Nice. Our profile, you've probably seen it because Zaft is here, but this is ours. Nice. Very cool. That's a very cute little profile. Nice. You get some custom CSS going, are ya? You're getting a little sneaky. Oh, yeah, Christmas Crunch Time. I played that. And Stairs to Stars. Nice. You did both of those? Weren't those both for GMTK? Yeah. You did 2 games for GMTK? You're crazy. You're outrageous. Tatas, welcome back. Good to see you, friend. Hope you're doing well. Okay. Now, for some reason, we're not like starting. Like, I don't know how to define where we start. I guess that's why they are like placed in the middle of the thing here. So what if we just do this? What if we just do a little bit of that? Get a little sneaky sneak. Oh, and you're not even seeing this. Oh no, Godot. Godot, what are you doing? There we go. Now you can actually see what I'm saying. And there we go. We've got our little Metroidvania character. Great. Game.getSingleton.SaveGame does not exist, but that's okay. We can start bringing stuff over, matching it up. So this is going to be quite the long and laborious process here. This is going to be a lot of work to bring this template in, but it's going to be a lot less work than hand coding it, I think. Avalanche made Mad Max too? I didn't know that. That's cool. Template comes with a character too? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, and I'll be replacing all that pretty quick here, especially the character controller, but I'm resetting my game dev PC, so hang around in Twitch. What happened to the Brain Rot card game? It got submitted. Yeah, let me pull it up here. It got submitted. I didn't have as much time to really work on it as I would have hoped for. So it not one I'm incredibly proud of. But it works, it functions, it exists. It doesn't have audio. It doesn't have a tutorial. It doesn't have a whole lot about it, but it exists. Oh. It exists and functions as a game. So, is this going to win any awards? No, it's not going to win any awards, but it does exist as a game that I built. So, that's good. Oh, and there's a really weird collision bug too with these bullets. For some reason, these bullets are hitting something that is tagged as a player that should not be tagged as a player. I don't know why, but there you go. So it's not really a card game. I have built some card games in the past. This is a matching game. So the theme was brain rot for this jam. And for that, I wanted to make like this puzzler that is really difficult because you are running away from this boss constantly and trying to deal with what he's throwing at you. So you interact with the match puzzle with these platforming mechanics while the boss is trying to blow you up. And it's actually quite difficult because the control I didn't make floaty enough. Oh, and this boss is kind of mean and the collisions are kind of off. But, you know, it exists. So yeah. There you go. That's that. That's why I was dying and not knowing why. Yeah. Concept is cool. Thank you. Good play on words. Thank you. Appreciate that. Looking forward to seeing progress on the Metroidvania. Yeah, thank you. Gonna enjoy the last half hour of my break and make some biscuits. Nice, Virite. All right, you take some good rest. You enjoy those biscuits, okay? Yeah, that's why you were dying and not knowing why. I could not find what was tagged. The platforms were tagged incorrectly, but then I fixed that. For some reason, it's still doing that. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. So you never have a wrong tag, a wrong group assignment. That's why I use player class name. Well, it's on player collisions, but really what it should, really what we should do is say, and that's why the player class name is helpful, is you can say in the player collision, you can say if the area that has entered or the body that has entered is player, then send the damage signal. Because right now it's just if it enters the thing, because supposedly those collisions are supposed to be set correctly. What's your favorite Metroidvania besides Hollow Knight and Nine Souls? Solves. Yeah, there you go. There you go. See? Yeah, it's good to get coaching from people that are smarter than myself. So, Tatas, we were talking about this earlier on the stream. How I've actually really enjoyed Zapping Bygone. This one was very enjoyable for me. It's very Hollow Knight in a sense. But I really enjoyed the story. I thought it was really interesting and something you don't see very often. It has a good amount of customization. It's got these different skulls that you equip that bring in different memories and also different charm slots. And then you have these different types of charms that you equip to, change up your abilities. So you get like a laser blast with one of those charms or something, right? There's good collectibles, a really intriguing world to be in, nice big map. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy Zapping Bygone. The Night Witch, we talked about that. It's nice. I wouldn't describe it as one of my favorites. Oh yeah, I played Carrion as well. Which, boy, I had a lot of problems with Carrion. Like, it was cool and fun. But I feel like it overstayed its 4-hour duration. And I didn't even 100% this thing. There was just not a lot of game to it. It's kind of just a really cool and impressive tech demo, it felt like to me. Not smarter, that's such a bad word. We're all devs trying new stuff. I'm new to game dev too. I'm from cybersecurity. There you go. Only 1 year into game dev now as a passion. Nice. Very cool, Ari. Very cool. Well, you're smarter than me in some things because you have worked very hard to become smarter than me at some things. So, I think that's just fine. Well, my wish list, never heard of it. It's great. Yeah, I really like Zapping Bygone. Monster Sanctuary is kind of a fun one, but I wouldn't say it's one of my favorites. I played it for 4 hours and then stopped because it just felt so slow. But it's a Metroidvania JRPG combo with Pokemon in there. It's really cool. It's a cool idea. Just, I don't know. I really hit a wall of trying to get through it. Got an ad for a horror movie. Fun. Kid out. Good to see you. Are we in ads? Oh, dear. Oh, yeah. We got another 30 seconds left on ads. Hell Yeah is another really good Metroidvania that I enjoyed. I don't know if it's necessarily a Metroidvania, Wrath of the Dead Rabbit, but this is a really good one from 2012. Older than possibly some people in chat right now. Good night. But, really solid. Good little crazy platforming type sort of experience. So, there's a new game where you carry a guy on a bed and you have to catch or slow down to be in the camera so you're not in the camera so you're not dying. Oh boy, that sounds awful. That sounds like such a Phodian. I'm gonna scream at my computer type sort of game. I really liked Gato Roboto, but I wouldn't describe it as my favorite. It was a very solid one, but it had a lot of frustrating moments for me and things that kind of fell a little bit flat. But I really enjoyed it, and honestly, I'd gladly play it again, and it would be a fun one to even try and speedrun. But something about Zapping Bygone really gripped me. I really liked it. I really liked its world. Oh, Mystic Bell is another tiny Metroidvania that I played, but I would not describe that as my favorite Metroidvania. It's kind of like, what if a Metroidvania, but an adventure puzzle game? There was combat. It felt really shoehorned in. The interaction method for picking the items that you had felt really awkward. I don't know. It's cute. It's fun. I'd recommend trying it if you're like building a Metroidvania to kind of see what these other genres of it can be, but the gameplay just didn't quite work out for me. Zaf told you are good with ideas. Can you give me an idea for Calm Before the Storm? 3 days behind. Calm Before the Storm. So, Zaft is very kind. The thing that works for me with ideas is, well, we can go over here. We go like to Pirate Jam, right? Listing out my constraints. In design, your constraints are your kings. So you want to list out what are all of the restrictions that I have. So you write down your theme, write down your timeline, write down your resources. And then I did this and I really liked it. Things I know I can do quickly, things I know I can't do quickly, and then what are things I want to learn? And then I kind of had all those things comboed together. And then I started just looking up random pictures and saying, alchemy, what are some like pictures of alchemy that call to me as interesting things? Okay, these are all interesting pictures. Done. And then shadows. What are interesting pictures about shadows? And then I randomly paired different ones of them together. So it's like, oh, what if like silhouettes are physical objects? Like what do these two images put together tell me about what a game might be, right? So silhouettes are physical objects blocking access to parts of the world, and player must blast them away using alchemical light. That seems kind of fun. Casting rays of light to prevent monsters in the dark from approaching. Eyes are visible in the dark, but when light is cast, nothing is visible. Eyes constantly move towards the player. The game is finding and lighting light sources to keep monsters away. That seemed kind of fun. Shadow of the Colossus. Climb the shadows, blast them with alchemical light. World of Darkness Limbo. Combine shapes of alchemical runes to make shadows. Shadow Puppet Alchemy. Blasted yourself into the Shadow Realm. Can only move in shadows. Gather your equipment to return. Potions as abilities. Silhouette of a monster that you alchemize into reality. Shadow of the monster is fighting you. So, like, all of these ideas were interesting. And then I kind of brought the ones that were the most interesting to me out of those random pairs. And then that kind of synthesized into what we ended up building for Amortium, which was my Game Jam submission. It worked really well. So I liked that idea. I think it worked really well. So in the Eye of the Storm, like, find a bunch of interesting pictures of Eye of the Storm, or dissect it a little bit, say eye and storm. Maybe you can take a non-traditional approach to that. So maybe it is a storm inside of an eye, or an eye that is storming around, or, you kind of go wide with it. Zaft is just great. Yeah, hard agree there. My whole team is awesome. Can never reach these conclusions. I'm just bad with ideas. Same with Zaft, actually. He sucks too with ideas. Well, I don't know about that, but the big thing for me, the really big thing for me every single time is, what are my constraints? Build constraints, because if you just try and go in and come up with a cool idea, it's not going to work. 99 times out of 100, it's not going to function. It's like going up to a comedian and say, be funny. You're like, dude, I don't know. Like, there's just no scaffolding to build on, right? I have great ideas, and they're all platformers that make people rage quit. So, yeah, collect your constraints. Let your constraints guide you. It has been proven time and time again that we are more creative when we have constraints placed upon us than if we have a blank sheet of paper to write anything down. That is a recipe for writer's block. So figure out, this is what I would do. This is what I have done for game jams. What are the jam's constraints? What are my constraints? And then what do I want to actually, what do I want to learn? And then go from there. And then everything else is just like finding ways to build into that. So I think I know what I want to make. Here we go. Like a tower defense game where you set up conveyor bolts to connect bullets into it. Fair enough. Sounds fun. I've heard of a lot of people actually tackling that automation into a tower defense sort of genre. It's interesting. That comes up a lot, actually. I'm really curious to see your take on it. That sounds great. In 3 days. Listen, they're clearly a good developer. They're clearly much better than I am. They could probably get it done. Okay, game.getSingleton.save game. So we have turn game as script dot get meta at. I'm wondering why they're doing this as a get singleton instead of just like making it an auto load. Don't totally understand that. I can do nonsense. See, that's confidence in yourself. That's good. Let's go ahead and bring this save script over. So this is, once again, this is what we were looking at before. It grabs the save manager, creates a new instance of the save manager. It sets the collectible account, generated rooms, events, current room, and abilities into a text file. We're going to bring this in. But I very much get the feeling, yeah, that it's going to be yelling at me because it doesn't know what collectibles and generated rooms and everything are. So let's go find all those things. Which is going to be all this stuff. So if file access.file exists, save path. Okay. And then we have our collectibles up here. Okay. So they're kind of like custom defining what are our collectibles. Okay. And we have a setting function. So it's an int with a setter. So when it gets set, we just set it. And then we update collectible count.text equals mod d out of 6 mod count. So that's going to just substitute that in for mod d. I hate this format. It's so illegible to me. And then made a cool save system, actually, if you want, can share. Not figured out yet how to serialize, though. What, like Frosted Flakes? Shredded wheat? What kind of cereal are we talking here? We do still need this stuff. So we need our save manager preloaded in. I like Fruity Pebbles. We need generated rooms. Oh, we're also going to need that save path. Let's bring that in too. So this is telling us where to bring stuff in. And then we have user. I'm assuming that's going to be like my Windows user. Aha. And then we need to bring this in. So where is our save manager script? There it is. We're going to bring you into scripts. Yeah? You gonna go away? Relatively common for plugins to add auto loads or singletons in different ways to not force you to add it to project settings manually. So the more natural way is add auto load singleton instead of what they do here. Interesting. So add auto load singleton is basically just programmatically throwing it in instead of requiring you to go into your project settings and set it. And what they have done here is like making a way to fetch it as a singleton whenever you want to, instead of having it automatically loaded into the game. Is that kind of, am I understanding that right? Probably. Automatically loads everything into game and saves automatically. Kind of don't need to do anything extra. Nice. That's awesome. Correct. Okay, cool. They did a way convoluted way. Okay. Let me go ahead and make that a to-do then. Because that seemed a little weird to me, and I don't relish needing to type that out every single time. So to do, replace get singleton with add auto load singleton to just make it a gosh darn global something or other that can be used. All right. How do you like that to do? Now, this should be functioning. Script slash save manager dot gd. I'm going to copy the path. Yeah. Okay, well, we can do this. Could not resolve script. What are you talking about? You could drag them into Windows too to get the path. No need to copy. Drag them into. You mean like drag it into here? Yeah. If you want a small example for add auto load singleton. Oh, thank you, Zaft. Appreciate that. For keying global.keys, add auto load singleton. Okay. And then remove auto load singleton. Oh, okay, that's cool. So you can free it up for memory if you need to, if it's causing a lot of trouble. The script you're trying to load is broken. The object does not have any meta values with the key. Well, that's a different thing. What is your problem? We don't have any errors in the saving manager scripts. If you deactivate the plugin, it removes all globals that the plugin creates if done in the way I shared. Oh, nice. Nice, that's awesome. On exit tree. So on enter tree and exit tree. Enter tree and exit tree are new for me. Is that like when the game loads? When the node enters the scene tree. Okay. Gotcha. Those mean something slightly different for plugins. Okay. Interesting. Extends editor plugin. Enter tree and exit tree. Okay. Those are for when you activate or deactivate the plugin. Interesting. So you would add that in to... Would you do that in like each script? I mean, you've got here these scenes that you're auto-loading in, which I didn't know you could auto-load a scene, which I guess makes sense, but I've always only ever done it for scripts. Do that in the entry point of your plugin. Sure, wherever the entry point is. This is a pretty big plugin. I have no idea where that might be. Okay. Could not resolve script. Scripts/save manager.gd. But like this script is fine. So what happens if I just hit F6? What are you going to do to me? Okay. Hey, Nicholson. Good to see ya. You can auto-load anything? 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 Plugin.cfg points to a single file that was loaded when the plugin. Oh, look at that. Okay, so Metsys editor extension. See, these are the sorts of things that, like, I don't know how on earth you know unless you just know it. So theoretically here, we could just do on enter tree, haha, we could just add auto load singleton. And then what do I add? A name and a path. I mean, would it be like game? And then we do the game scene? Is that the idea? Just make sure the save manager is auto load manually. It will work. Okay, interesting. We have made plugins. Copy the exact name. Okay, so it has to be like the file name. Like that? Like save manager, whatever being used. Cool. Sounds about right. Okay. So I can't just do that. Game was good. Okay. Okay. Thank you. So we have that, which means theoretically in game we can get rid of .get singleton, and then here we can just do game. Yeah. Now you need to turn the plugin off and on again. Yes, but if we're doing that, then we should also probably put in the exit tree stuff too, right? So remove auto load singleton game, and then this. Just to try and be a little bit tidy. So if we go to plugin, turn it off, it's removed. Now it's on. Add it in. And then we should need to like reset the, reload the project. Okay. Thank you so much for the coaching, everyone. This is great. This is leveling me up dramatically. This is like real developer stuff. Unable to load add-on script from path. This might be due to a code error in that script. Disabling the add-on at plugin.cfg to prevent further errors. Okay, so that didn't work. Remove call is wrong. It definitely is. Yeah. So it takes different... I mean, I guess that makes sense. You're just removing that thing. Okay. I guess I can see that. You're just removing something, so you just need the name. You don't need the file reference. So that makes sense. Can't add autoload. Must not collide with an existing global script class name. So now in game, we can get rid of the class name. Yeah. Yeah. Doot. Hey. Hey. And then in the player. Where's game dot? Right there. Working. Woo! Nice. Said it wasn't real developer stuff from the beginning. No, I always feel that way. Whenever I get to like the next layer of development, it's like, ooh, this is stuff I didn't understand before. Not to throw shade at any of the other layers that have come before this moment. All right, rad. So now we need generated rooms. This is cool. This is fun. We're making progress. This is nice. I don't know why that dev did such a bad way. Well, you know, we all have our blind spots, don't we? We all have our... And maybe they had a really good reason. Maybe they knew about this. They were like, I think it's better to go this other route. I don't know. I don't know. So now we need to get this collectible... Or no, not collectibles. We have that one. We need generated rooms. So where are we getting generated rooms? Right there. Coordinates of generated rooms. Metsys does not keep this list, so it needs to be done manually. Okay. So let's throw both of these guys in. So generated rooms and events. I think that person is pretty good, but not particularly understanding of Godot. Fair enough. Now make the save manager auto load too. You're becoming mad with power, Arya. I mean, I guess we could, right? Because we're calling it, we're doing this preload here. It could be an auto load. I'm always crazy, nothing new. But what would, and I'm not saying it won't, just once again, I'm trying to understand, what does making this an auto load do for us? Especially if it's only ever referenced in game. Save manager. How many files? 2 files. Yeah. So it's only ever being referenced in game, in this game scene. So it seems like maybe we're not getting a huge amount of benefit out of that. Making the save manager auto load. Maybe. I mean, it feels nice and tidy. Main rule for me for auto loads is something I think you don't quite yet think about. Probably fair. Go, and then we can do remove autoload singleton? Save manager. I like to make sure every scene can run on its own. Yeah. That is something that I do try and keep in the back of my head, but I'm almost certainly like way far out from understanding the implications of each of these things, right? It's fine to save stuff which deals with a lot of stuff, like saver audio to be auto loads. So stuff that needs to be present, audio, general game structure, I'll go into auto load for that very reason. Okay, so it goes into auto load so that you can run like your player scene and have an audio manager somewhere else, and you can run just the player scene without it breaking, right? Okay, fair. It's fair. Okay. So then we can get rid of this. Project settings, disable, enable. Can't add auto load. There, do that. Okay, should be good. What if we change your name to be something else? Like this. And then we don't need this as equals save manager dot new. Value doesn't have a set type. Save manager. So like that. Okay, so it's going to the right file, so it is picking it up correctly. Now Arya's happy. That's great. Save or audio to be auto load. So yeah, audio saving, probably menu systems like pause menus and everything. I would imagine probably would be good to have as auto loads. Obviously those audio managers and everything, data managers, resources, all that sort of stuff. It's a myth, by the way, that so many auto loads is bad. It's more like if an auto load is like too big to be processed every frame or something, then it's bad. The scripting you're saving at the moment are just functions. They have nothing that are running always. Like, yeah. No, that makes sense, Arya. That makes sense. That it's not so much the quantity of things, but it's the load that those things put on the hardware, right? I mean, I'd buy that in a heartbeat. Because the value doesn't have a set type. New. Is new a part of Godot? It is! What? Script implemented in the GD script programming language, saved with the .gd extension. The script extends the functionality of all objects that instantiate it. Calling new creates a new instance of the script. Object.setScript extends an existing object. That object's class matches one of the script space classes. Okay. Interesting. No need to make a new anymore. I was wondering if that was the case. So we can just paste it all in here. I don't totally understand what new does. I mean, it instantiates a new copy of it, but like, why? Special methods for saving and loading custom resources in a safe way. Use method store resource to store a resource by converting it to a dictionary, and method retrieve resource to load the data back. If you had 1,000 bullets, each bullet is a new bullet. It's not needed anymore. They were making save manager a new one each time to save, but now you have it as auto load, so no need. I guess I just don't understand why they needed the new in the first place, and why they didn't do that similar sort of .get singleton whatever method that they had in order to make that happen. So each would be bullet equals bullet.new. So is when we do bullet.instantiate to like make a new scene, is that also doing .new to like create a new version of that script? Does instantiate also call new just trying to figure out for my brain how that functions. .new for a node is the same as instantiate for a scene. Okay. Interesting. I think I get it. The project is ways to show you how to do something in multiple ways. Oh, shoot. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. So, F6? Where does this take us? Why are we being hurled backwards by Emperor Palpatine? Okay, let's check our errors. Failed to instantiate an autoload script. Does not inherit from node. Extends ref counted. Oh boy. Huh. Well, this is going a little bit deeper than I was hoping to right out of the gate. Just change to node. Yeah, I have no idea what ref counted is. Ref counted. Reference counted objects. Base class for any object that keeps a reference count. Resource and many other helper objects inherit this class. I worry we're starting to break a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, the errors are gone and nothing new has happened, so that's good. Virtual method. Interesting. There's so much in here that I'm like, why do you do this? And I'm sure there's really good reasons, but I don't get it. Recounted is like most basic class in Godot, like way before node. Oh, interesting. Because I thought everything in Godot was a node. So it's interesting that there's a earlier evolution point for nodes than nodes. Okay. Oops. What if we do F6 here and I do this? No. Tom Millman with the raid. Hello, good friend. How are you today, Tom? How was your stream? Welcome in. If anyone doesn't know Tom Millman, you obviously all should. Tom Millman has been a very, very long-standing friend of the program. But in case you don't, definitely go follow Tom. He's building a tycoon bridge game with New Yorkers in it. It's great. Definitely go check out Tom. Welcome in. Good to see you, Hexic Dev and DB9 Dreamer, Dr. Capinser. Love it. Good to see you all. Incredibro, welcome in. Good to see ya. If you don't know Tom Millman, I got a bridge stand to sell ya. Very surprised to see you live at this time. Yeah, well, I couldn't go on earlier in the day, so I felt guilty. So we're doing this one. We're doing it live. We're doing this one. So we're working on getting this Metroidvania template in Godot set up so that I can actually start tinkering around with things and building out a continuation from a Game Jam project. Just woke up and saw you were online. Good to see you, Incredibro. Yeah, thank you so much for the raid, Tom. How was the stream? How are the bridges? Are the tycoons tycooning? How's it going? Bridge the card game. Oh, shoot. So I'm being educated by Zaft and Arya on the correct usage of like auto loading and everything for this stuff. And we are at the point where we have successfully brought a character into a level, but they are being extricated with extreme prejudice for some reason. I don't exactly know what's happening here. We're going to figure it out, though. Card games on motorbikes. See, there's an interesting idea. Remember that old, like, SNES game where you were on a motorcycle and you were, like, kicking other motorcyclists as they were going by, and it was like a Road Rage, Mad Max type sort of thing? Imagine that, but as a deck builder. There you go. There's your next game idea. So for some reason, our room is going zoomy zoom. I guess I don't know if it's the room is going zoomy zoom or the character that's going zoomy zoom. Let's print and see if it's the character. Okay, no, the character is not going zoomy zoom. So it is the level, for some reason, is moving. Card games, such a weak point for you. You can make a trash deck builder and I will still play it. That's great. Stream was good. The first 4 hours, we didn't touch the game itself, though. We talked about foods again. I insulted some cultures again. Went over some publishers and finished with some actual game dev stuff. Nice. Are you planning on pitching to publishers, Tom? Card games on motorbikes is Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. That's the next version, right? It's like they had Yu-Gi-Oh! And then they had the super cool dice game that never went anywhere. And now it's going to be the motorbike version, right? All right. It exists. Yeah, I know they made like 1 or 2 versions of it, but it's like they totally dropped it. Like I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was such a cool game idea. And it seemed like nothing really came out of it. Incredibro, nice try. Nice try. Here, just for you, battery. I don't need financial help, so I'm hoping to find a publisher that could help with marketing and localization. There you go. There you go. I have heard that a lot of publishers are struggling with marketing efforts with indies, that they're really having a hard time to find a good ROI on indie games. So I'm really curious to hear kind of what your experience is talking to publishers. Rip 2.5K. Shoot. All right. Why the crap is the room going zoomy zoom? We are loading this room, but then like, and it's loading correctly. It's clearly loading. Room loaded.emit. What happens? Room loaded.connect. Where does that take us? Here. On room loaded, connect, init room, connect deferred, init room. Here. Ah. Okay, so we're missing some stuff here. So we need to bring this over into our script. Oops. Is it a mobile game? I don't think it's a mobile game. Yeah, Tom, enlighten us. I'm pretty sure it's desktop, right? Saving for a pretty hefty redeem, hopefully soon, since I'm back on the Fox streams. Nice. What are you gonna redeem? I'm excited. Get current room instance. Adjust camera limits. Okay. Player/camera 2D. Right. That's gonna work just fine. If I see that there's demand for consoles, I'll look into that. Nice. I did hear that. I know you're building this in Unity, but I did hear that like better console export is happening in Godot soon. So that's something to look forward to. The level moves on load. I believe that defines it as a mobile game. Save manager instead of save manager. Do I have that somewhere? So there's this one, but this is all gonna get scrapped. This is all gonna get nuked. This is the new improved version with auto loads. Blades, no worries on being late. Spent all my points on critique, saving again for the next game. There you go. H. Mendoza, 2001. Good to see you. Welcome, man. Baby was needing me. You gotta take care of baby, dude. Gotta take care of baby. Absolutely. Who made this template? Listen, it's a cool template. It does a lot of really cool stuff. Kobe Wee. This guy. There you go. They've made a lot of stuff. Holy cow. They've made many, many templates. Jiminy, they've made a lot of templates. Wow. Look at that. They've made 37 different assets for the community. There you go. Can me and Zaft make you one? Absolutely. If people want to contribute to the project, I am accepting work, especially from people that I know are really good developers. Surprised you're not doing brackies. Yeah, I was planning on doing brackies, but I just first off, I need a break from game jams. I've been doing a lot of game jams. It's been very wearing on me. And I also need to just get moving on a project. I need to get a portfolio project built. So I feel like I've done enough game jams at this point that I'm like, okay, I can kind of conceptualize how to build something. Now I need to learn the skill of finishing it. And that's kind of where we're at. So we're going to be building this tiny Metroidvania. Hopefully it won't take an insane amount of time. Hopefully not like more than a year. I'm hoping for less than a year. Hopefully, we can get it looking impressive quickly enough with small demo vertical slice type sort of territory that will help to either attract publisher money or a job for me. One or the other. Do you accept bad work? Probably. They must have a template. I love it. There's a public sheet of about 150 publishers, so I'm going through those to decide who I'd pitch to in a month or two. Nice. Very cool. Very cool. So you're getting close to like a vertical slice being done? Because I know you were working really hard on getting a whole bunch of stuff reworked. Irish John, hello. Good to see you, friend. How are you? Welcome in. It's so great to see you. We can do it, I think. Too many jams are not good for health. Yeah, and like here's the thing. If we were pulling in 2,000 subscribers every month, then I could totally just do jams nonstop and have a great time. But we're not there yet, so I need to get to a point where we're pulling in money. That means product. That means jobs. So we got to do something, one or the other, and that's where we're going. Yeah. Famous last words. I'll finish in a year. Yeah, exactly. I'm hoping once we get this template set up and we bring in the stuff from the jam, I'm hoping that the base mechanics will be like 40% done. And then we got to work in another weapon type. And then we got to build all of the like locks and keys that we need. And then a bunch of other enemy types. To say nothing of bosses. And then hopefully that will kind of just be most of the content. And the rest will be cutscenes and everything that's a little bit less intense on the development side. I don't know. Maybe I'm being ridiculous, but you set up a stream so I can teach you what I know about Git and GitHub. I would love that, Blades. That'd be awesome. This guy, New Zealand. We're doing very well. How are you guys doing? How are the kids? How's the game? How's life going? Finish it in 40 days and die after that. Shoot. Still have all my notes from my college course on it. Nice. Very cool. Git. Yeah. My problem is that I set up Git on projects and then I forget to push. and then I end up with problems. All right. So if there's a way that Git could just automatically make me not forget things, that would be great. Learned how to use branches. Ooh, very nice. Branches are very scary. I tried using branches once, and it completely nuked my entire project. Make a redeem to save and commit stuff. Honestly, that's a really good idea. I really totally should. That's why you watch Tom streams, because when Tom commits, I commit. There you go. We all got to find our systems, right? Only push if you have teammates, yeah. Well, but I also transfer from my desktop here that I stream from to my laptop. So when I'm not streaming, I'm working, but I'm doing it mobilely so I can like be around the family and help out with kids and stuff. So I kind of need to be able to transfer stuff between machines. Kids are good. Thank you, dude. Game's coming along slowly, working on some telegraphing. Nice. Glad to hear. Well, buddy, good to see you. Likewise, this guy New Zealand. Yeah, no, we're doing great. Kids are asleep, which is always great. Littlest one is eating solids. He's working on crawling. He's finally kind of getting to that rocking back and forth stage. The big one's in preschool. We're having a great time. Yeah. Thanks for asking. I suck at Git too, so don't worry. have an automated branch that does builds to check if it compiles before I can merge into main. Wow, look at you. If I wasn't watching Tom, I'd forget to commit. I do it all the time. That way main is always working. That sounds like a great system, Kay. Sounds like a really cool system. I get hub history so spotty. So sometimes I do lots of small commits, and other times I do massive commits of multiple features. There you go. It also runs all my unit tests. See, that's ridiculous. This is why you were able to come right out of school and get a cool job with like the defense department building simulations, because you do all this professional stuff. You write unit tests? I know that unit tests exist. That's the extent of my knowledge about unit tests. As long as you commit. Oh, professional stuff. All right, so we have init room. This is our player camera, player.onEnter. Which is this, which is in the player script. Position for kill system assigned when entering a new room. Okay, so that's functioning. Great. And then in the main game thing here, we have reset map starting coordinates, which we should probably bring in at some point. But this is like, this is done. We've brought this in and understand it. We've brought this, we've made that redundant. We don't need that anymore. We don't have this stuff. We don't have this stuff. Okay, so I'm going to start like commenting out the things that we've kind of already dealt with. We don't need you. A trick for static object reference before static vars were a thing. Oh man, so this is maybe really old. I was a degenerate before my job. Terrible naming, no documentation, no testing. Sounds like they've trained you up really dang fast. And you have learned very fast, so well done. Then we also have this, we don't have this if file access dot file access. What is file access? This is a built-in Godot thing. Okay. If file access dot file exists at save path. Hexic! Thank you so much for that follow. You got us up to our goal of 720. Thank you so much, friend. Appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. That explains why the singletons were so weird. Yeah. You want to do a comedy critique? What do you mean by a comedy critique? Like critiquing comedy? Or a critique that will be so funny that it counts as comedy? This is old. That makes sense. I think they made it for 3.5 and upgraded. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so there we go. A joke game critique. A critique of a joke game? Or a joking critique? All right. What have we got here, Blades? What have we got? What are you up to? What are you making me turn into? Word Finder instructs us, find the hidden words in the grid. Click and drag to highlight words. Words can be horizontal, vertical, or diagonal. Hold shift to lock highlighting to horizontal or vertical. Hold control to lock highlighting to diagonal. Find all words to win. This sounds deeply complex already. Before we dive in, Blades, what are you looking for critiques on? I mean, this isn't yours, right? This isn't your project. So what are you hoping that we'll talk about here? It's a joke. Okay. Let's see here. React. There we go. Got it. This is really big. This is a big boy word search. This is a very big boy word search. It is your project? It is? Oh, look at that. Okay, shift or okay. How do I deselect? Oh no, how do I deselect? Is JavaScript even allowed to be a word? All right, we got to refresh. We got to refresh the page. Did you make this for a class, Blades? Oh, the page broke. Page completely broke. All right. Excuse you? Did you randomize this? How dare you? That's unacceptable. No, thank you. The AI that built it says so. Absolutely acceptable. Oh dear. Oh man. Uh yeah, so it's hard to like provide a meaningful critique on something like this when we don't have like a stated goal of this is what we're trying to accomplish or this is the issue that we're encountering and we're looking for ways to kind of deal with it. Uh I like how it's highlighted. It's weird how like when you click and drag, the first thing that you clicked on deselects itself, but it still seems like it's a part of what is getting counted. And then I don't understand what the control and shift nonsense is for. If I can still just kind of do this stuff. But if you don't know this website, definitely check it out. The dev of the website is utilizing AI to bring game dev into accessibility for people with disabilities. So wait, hold on. Was this AI generated? Create games using AI and your voice. An endless runner game set in a futuristic city with hover cars. Huh. Strategy game where you build and manage a space colony. So, Flappy Duo. Well, that's a multiplayer game. Raindrop Ride. Look out the car window on a rainy day and pick a raindrop to follow. Help it collect more water and avoid dirt. Because I know a lot of people are doing these kind of AI-based games, but they're pretty rudimentary. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay, this is actually quite difficult. Got it. Oh, wait, no, our size is going down. That seems bad. Are we wanting blue? This is... Oh my gosh. This is, Oh, shoot. AI-based and AI-made game are different. It's true. Actually, update that specific game, Joe, if you scroll all the way to the bottom. Scroll all the way to the bottom. What? Which scrolling am I doing? Oh, there we go. Blades of Doom, Word Finder, 52 plays. There you go. No, I think this is super cool. I think that Raindrop Ride kind of showcases why this might be a little bit difficult because it's not necessarily going to have great understanding of like player human heuristics. Like moving at this speed and everything in this size is whack. But the fact that it's got all this set up is really cool. Like you could definitely leverage something like this to build prototypes really fast or prototype features and then have a human come in and plug it in. Oh, thanks, Blades. Yeah, for linking that. Pixel Defense. Tower Defense card game. Buy card packs to get towers. Place towers on tiles to defend against waves of enemies. Use barricades to block enemy paths. Earn money by defeating enemies. Okay. Buy a pack. Earth. I have no cards. Place barricade. Here. Start wave. What am I trying to, like, defend from? And can I just place barricades all the way across? No. Oh, but I can do that. Wait, lives? My lives are going down? Oh, they're just trying to get to the other end of the screen. Okay, so... Oh, can't place a barricade here. It would block all paths to the exit. So if we do like this... But I don't have any towers to like hurt anyone. Start wave. Okay, you. We're gonna start pathing. I mean, I think this is really interesting, right? There's a lot of interesting stuff happening in this space. Defend the right side of the screen. Yeah, just the whole right side of the screen. Going off, by the way. All right, Aria, thanks so much for hanging out. Appreciate it, and thanks for letting me know kind of what's up with things. So thank you. Nekdos, good to see you. Got into a hot discussion with Zaft. Didn't know you were streaming at this time. I'm usually not. We didn't stream earlier today, so I felt a little bad. And so we're doing this tonight. 6 a.m. for you. Just woke up. Nice. All right, we're gonna be a warrior on this one. We're gonna fight a goblin. Jeez. Slash. Yeah. It's not bad. You could. This is a good idea for like a JavaScript game to build, right? Where it's just all UI. It's not a bad idea. That's cool. Thanks for sharing that, Blades. That's fun. That's super fun. Might watch the stream before school starts. Sure. Good luck with school today. All right. So we have if file access exists. And then we're getting the collectibles, the generated rooms, the events. We're assigning all these things. Let's go ahead and bring this in. This is in the ready, I believe. So put that there. And then we can nuke this. And then we have save manager. We'll just have to replace all these with. Yeah, okay, great. Working on a new game. We're working on a continuation of my Pirate Software Game Jam submission. So Pirate Jam 15, it was that kind of inky blue one. The theme was alchemy and shadows, and you were kind of building your attacks. So you would you would pick up different alchemical regions, and that would create a new attack for you. And you had three different types of ingredients, and you could match up to 3 of them together. And each different combination had a different attack associated with that. So we're turning that into a tiny Metroidvania as a portfolio project for me that I can use to hopefully get hired somewhere or find a publisher. One or the other. So we're going for a tiny Metroidvania that can kind of be played in about 4 hours. That's the idea. All right. So that does need to go before, theoretically needs to go before load room. So we'll bring that up. After set player, before load room. And then we do need to initialize the room when it changes. So, go to room loaded. That's our signal room loaded. Why are you freaking out? Preload file does not exist, but you're not. Well, you're not telling me there's an error over here, so I'm going to assume we're still okay. So all this stuff is all commentable. That is now empty. We have load room. Then find the save point and teleport the player to it to start at the save point. We do want that. So let's grab that. We'll bring it in. Find the save point. So we're start as equals map dot get node or null. That's cool. I didn't know that existed. Get node or null. Handy. And then we're getting save point, which is right here. I don't know what this caret does, but there you go. If start and not custom run. So what is custom run? Right here, custom runner integration. I don't know what custom runner is. Godot custom runner. We'll a quick Google elucidate me. Custom project runner. Oh my, this is not what I was expecting. It's a plugin that can run your project and pass some data from editor to your game. For example, you can run the game and spawn player at the position of cursor in the editor to quickly test parts of a level. Before using the plugin, you'll need to configure it first, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Which I believe the Metroidvania plugin encompasses runner. I think I remember reading that it's already a part of it. Is this some type of saving script that you're trying to make work? Kind of. We're just trying to get the initial game set up. So if I run it right now, you'll find something peculiar happens, which is that. So like something is very wrong. So I'm kind of just going through, grabbing stuff from the template, bringing it in, and trying to get everything plugged in. And hopefully that will do the trick. So if start and not custom run, ads, blades, thank you. All right, we'll be right back for what is probably the last section of the stream. So thank you all for hanging out. It is so great to see you all. Welcome in. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. Learning about the Mongol era and nematodes in some classes. Nice, very cool. Learned some interesting ideas about marketing strategies. Very cool. Was that from our marketing overmind, Mr. Zakowski, or where was this the Reddit post that I've been seeing Sockhouse talk about a bunch? All right. What else do we need to do here? We've got start brought in and not custom run. Then reset map starting chords. Feature specific to this project. Okay. So we'll do this. Reset map starting chords. This is a function. Okay. Map starting chords. So I'm assuming this is for our mini map, right? Okay. So we're calling that, and then we can comment you out, and then add module for room transitions. Okay. Add module for room transitions. What is add module? Path join module name. Okay. Let's go ahead and knock that down. We'll just change it to scripts, and then we can do save here, go to game, and we are doing room transitions. .gd should be right in here. We have our modules. Okay. So let's go ahead and grab those and bring those into scripts. And then make sure that we are, let's rename this to be consistent with our naming convention so far. And then change that. There we go. Should be good. From YouTube, basically about marketing to different audiences, like on the Japanese version of YouTube or the Chinese TikTok, Korean Twitch, marketing different languages to reach different groups. Yeah, I remember seeing a GDC talk that said basically don't sleep on Asian markets. Like if you can translate into their language, it's a really big, really under-tapped market for you. Especially if you can like incorporate something from their culture or mythology, right? So if you can have the Monkey King walking around as one of your New Yorkers or something as a promotion for the Chinese translation, all of a sudden, whoa, big stuff. Yeah, that's huge. Thank you for sharing. Even for general software, my last 2 big projects at work were Japanese localization. Interesting. Okay. Object derived class of argument 1, no TD 2D of game.gd is not a subclass of the expected argument class. Error constructing a GD script instance. Ref counted cannot convert argument 1 from object to object. Okay. Where's our Metzis module? Okay, so we're going to bring this into our scripts. And then change this to just be scripts. Scripts/metsys module.gd. Could not resolve. Why not? Okay. So I'm hoping for that publisher to help with localization. Yeah. Translated the Steam page, but that doesn't seem to be enough. I have heard that that's a really big deal, is translating the Steam page. But as Mr. Zakowski said, that's really important. But Based on the crazy stories I've heard in New York City, Sun Wukong walking around wouldn't be the strangest thing that's happened. New York is New York, man. I've never been to New York. Even I know. Like, you just don't question whatever happens in New York. It's just gonna be there. It exists. It's fine. All right. So Metsys module is saying, hey, I have a bug. So we need to get rid of all this and replace this. So we have Metsys game we're going to have to bring into. Just bringing everything in. Following files or folders conflict with items in the target location. Oh, because I like duplicated it. Okay, right. So that is empty now. New York City people. Okay, so we can change this script to now be loading. We're getting to this point. That's good. We call function reset starting chords in base null instance on a null instance. But UI does not exist. So we got to grab this bunch of nodes, bring it in. So this is going to bring in our mini map, our background, the map window. I think it's going to have like our collectible count on it. There we go. So we got a mini map now. That's good. We are still being hurled to the side. We're not fixing our problem yet. We're getting further along, but we have yet to fix the problem. Symbol 24. Hello, good friend. How are you today? How's your day been? I'm all out of water. Let me go grab some real quick. About to go to bed. Oh, have a great rest, Symbol. Have a great rest. I hope your game's going well. Yeah, I hope everything's going well on your end. I know you've been working hard. Been seeing you streaming a lot recently. Putting the as our friends south of the Texas state line would say, chambeando. Getting the work in. And the Brackies game jam. Nice. And yes, your game is amazing. See, that's the confidence we need to have as game devs. None of this like, oh, you know, I didn't get like the VFX in. I didn't get the squish squash in that I wanted. Like, no. My game's amazing, gosh darn it. And you're going to appreciate it and give me money for it. That's great. How to scare a VTuber grass. How to scare a game dev water. Oh, no. Okay. So, man, it does seem like the player is moving, doesn't it? So if we go to the player, though, and we do our print of velocity, like it doesn't print. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Okay. Why? Velocity.x. Hold on. Where are we doing like, okay. F6. Appears to be almost 6 a.m. So I'm going to sleep. Sounds great, Hexic. You have a great rest. Take care. All right. So our velocity.x is not getting jacked around. What's going on with our... Is velocity y like... Yeah. See, like we're moving down super fast. And then it's dragging us over in order to try and like find a way to move us down. Why? What's happening with our velocity y all of a sudden? So we've got our state machine here. That's cool. I don't know what the ampersand is. I need to figure that out. Maybe it's just the whole world moving instead of the player. That's what I thought originally. But like we are starting with velocity y being high, which I guess makes sense. Like we should start and then land, right, on the ground. And then all of a sudden we start picking up speed again. Still up and working away? Yeah, of course, by right. Good to see you. How was your call? Hope it went all right. What if we just do like print new animation? So we are falling a bunch, but then we're idle. Let's add a label here. This will be our state label. And then we're going to say $state.text equals new animation string. Let's see what's happening here. Oh, it helps if I put it in a place that's a little bit observable. Falling and then idle. It's set to idle. Does it happen if we just run the player scene? It's a little bit hard to tell because the game is kind of intercepting and loading stuff in, but what is going on here? This is bizarre. We do have room transitions brought into the game, though. So that's there. So I think we have everything knocked out here for the game. Script. So why is, like, is there a way to... Here, yeah. Let's do... let's just do on save point. We're gonna do some jank, which is always fun. Process, no, not draw. Process. We're gonna do print global position. So this is gonna be the global position of the save point. So is that going to be moving or not? No. The save point is not moving. So the world isn't moving. Okay. What are you doing? What happens if we get rid of all of this input? Like, let's just get rid of everything for player movement. So, like, oops. We no longer have anything in this physics process. Are you still going to be getting hurled around? Okay. Triple weird. I mean, we're not moving, so that tells me yes, the bug is in here somewhere for some reason. Something that we have set up is making the character run wild. Velocity.y equals jump velocity. Not paying super attention. What's the bug? It's a fun one, symbol. If we load up the game, you see the character being hurled to the side by some unseen force. I don't know why, but if I get rid of all the movement script in the character, they don't move. So it is something in here that is causing the problem. I don't know what I have done to have caused that problem, because we weren't getting that problem before. But something is busted. Zap, the problem is when we run the game, that's our character. With no input from me, hurled to the side. There is... Yeah, it's a weird one. And you saw it when it was working. And we haven't really done anything in this player script. Like, we haven't done anything in the player script, I don't think. So I'm not totally sure what's causing that. But I do know that something in here is happening. Do you have a controller plugged in somewhere? Oh, no, I don't. I have a controller, but it's not plugged in. That's a good idea, though. That's a really good idea. It was a lie. We didn't see anything. Try coming out, move and slide. Good idea. So there you go. No movement. Right? So something about it. Something about the velocity.y or .x is just getting borked. Velocity.x equals move toward velocity.x, 0 speed. Just a sanity check to make sure it was indeed happening. Yeah, no, I think that's a great call. Okay, so no direction. As soon as I press an arrow key, we're hitting that breakpoint. So this isn't happening, but I'm assuming that one is the else statement. That one is happening. So velocity.x move towards velocity.x is what we're moving it towards 0 at speed. The first value in the parentheses should be 0. Hold on. Move from to. I think this is the slowing down code, right? This is what is saying slow from where you're at on your velocity down to 0 at the rate of speed, right? No worries. No worries, symbol. No worries. Like, what happens if I set speed to 30 instead of 300? Will the rate at which we move to the side? No. Let's take it down to 3. To make it really noticeable. Yeah, no. So, speed does not seem to be a part of this equation. Is move towards a lerp function. I don't know technically, but I believe so. That it is moving from here to here at this rate. I don't know if I see people chiming in, which is awesome. Thank you. I don't totally know the technical definition of a lerp function, which is why I hesitated to say yes, but it cannot go over target value. Cannot go over 0. Which means it shouldn't be going into like negatives, right? Like if we get rid of this line, it shouldn't change anything. And it doesn't. So this is not the problem. Okay. That's weird. Move towards with 0 should be safe and not cause jitter unless something else is setting the velocity of something silly. Yeah. Yeah. So, what if we get rid of the Y stuff? Okay, so that's not causing the problem. Is it this? Oops. No. So we definitely are still sliding off to the side, even though we're not falling. Okay. We're knocking stuff out. That's good. It's a good thing. Is it gravity? Is that the problem? Like, is the setting weird? There's something else changing velocity.x. So that's the move and slide stuff. This is checking if. Nope. Nothing else is changing velocity.x. Very strange. Very strange. But you know what? We do have ads coming up in just a few minutes. If you're changing position X, I mean, we do change the position, but that's when like the player dies. Hold on, let's try this. No, so it's not that. Lines for direction. Speed should be multiplied by delta. You're right. Speed should be multiplied by delta. You're dead right. You're very correct. That's something we can add right now. I am planning on bringing in a new movement script for this, and that may take care of this, whatever this is. So maybe that's the right thing to do, is not invest time into this, because we're going to be replacing the movement script anyways. I need to keep stuff like reset position and abilities and all that sort of stuff, but all the basic movement stuff we can axe. It's an interesting bug. It's a very interesting bug. And you know what? It is 11 o'clock at night for me. I'm several hours past my bedtime. Let's go raid out to someone and show some love here. Let's show some love to some other people. I never get to raid into Jitspo. Let's raid into Jitspo. Go say hi to that fine mustachioed fellow who's been going for 5 hours. Playing around with Blender. He does a lot of projects in Godot. He's a professional game dev who left the AAA industry. Does all sorts of cool stuff. Does Godot have the fix bugs button? That'd be nice. You don't multiply it by delta because movement slide already uses delta. Oh, does it? So then why is it on the gravity? Like, should that not have delta then? Depends. All right. Well, in any case, thank you so much, Agent. Thank you, Zaft. Thank you, all of you, for hanging out here today. It's been such a pleasure having you here. Zaft, Agent, Nektos, Tom, thank you for the raid. Appreciate that. Blades, thank you for your support today. Symbol, Virite, Hexic, Arya, so many people. Incredibro, great to see you. K Hadao, this guy, New Zealand. Dr. Capinser, DB9 Dreamer, Irish John, so good to see you. Who else? H. Mendoza as well. Loki Trickster. So much chatting here today. My heavens. You're making this very hard on me. Okay, that's it. I think that's all of them. All right, thank you so much for hanging out. We are going to be back at this tomorrow morning. We're going to be doing some analysis of Enshrouded and Jack's game as soon as Jack shows up. So thank you so much, and we'll catch you, in a few hours. Cheers.